everybody, I'm Ryan. I am your host here on The Game is Afoot. I am remembering to say the name of our podcast in the beginning of every episode now, like a real professional podcaster. I use she, her pronouns, and I have with me our lovely guests from Magic Dagger. If you all could introduce yourselves with your pronouns, as well as your characters with your character pronouns.
I'll go first. I'm Mikey. I have no preferred pronouns. I'm playing Johnny Brolio, who goes by he, they, and Ruck, who also has no preferred pronouns.
Howdy, I am Nathaniel Shaver, and my pronouns are he, they, and my character's pronouns, Racklin Smacklin, is he, him.
I haven't heard all of the character names yet, so this is a journey for me too.
You want to go, or Connor? Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Connor. My pronouns are he, they, and I will be playing Dale Doyle, and he uses he, him pronoun.
Yeah.
These names are so good.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and my character's name is Captain Calamari. Both are spelled with a K, and he uses he, him pronouns.
And then I'm Sarah. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Xander, who doesn't really have a preference, just whatever you want to call him.
Okay. So when these lovely folks got in contact with me about guesting, I had just heard one of the Adventure Zone's, the Quiet Year episodes building their underwater setting. So, of course, my ADHD brain said, I gotta do it.
Very fun.
So, I'm going to give us a little brief intro into the world, and then we'll jump right into when you all meet at your designated location. You currently live in a school. Now, I say school because in this society, the different pod cities, I suppose, are referred to as schools. Different schools have different rules, but you can't just jump to a different school because you don't like how things are being run in your own. The 6 different schools have agreed on an application process, which regulates the moving requests. That makes sure that they are able to maintain their biomes with proper populations so that they don't overtax them. Some schools, like yours, have sub-schools. These are smaller domes, smaller biomes that shoot off of the main school. Your school is called Tritalore. In Tritalore, they try to keep their assignments fair by requiring that everyone who lives there join in a draft. The chores are rotated based on that draft, but sometimes the draft assignments are a little more odd. Which is where we start our story. In each of your homes inside of the dome, you have a series of essentially pneumatic tubes that deliver messages to you from friends, from family, from the government. And today, instead of a normal assignment like perhaps feeding the fish population that you get your meals from or washing the inside of the dome, you are requested to go investigate the sub-school shooting off of Tritalore in order to discover why the trucks, loose term, that deliver supplies have not returned. There's at least 3 trucks that have gone missing. Normally, you would take the tube system that connects the different schools to each other to simply walk beneath the ocean waters to the sub-school. But in this case, those tubes are currently undergoing maintenance, so you will have to don the provided suits in order to go do your investigation. So go ahead and let me know how each of your characters react to this lovely little message that says, "Good morning, you have to leave now."
I think Johnny's riddled with anxiety. Should I introduce the concept of my character?
You can, or you can kind of let it play out over time. I'm going to leave that entirely up to you.
It's definitely going to be interesting. Whatever you decide.
I don't know what would be funnier.
I mean, you've been talking about Johnny and Ruck constantly for the last few weeks.
I think I'll introduce the concept.
Oh,
Give yourself that catharsis.
Also,
he loves
it
his
gives me
characters.
it gives me a chance to introduce his background. Johnny has a bit of a Hulk situation going on. He's like a middle-aged, just average white elf, half elf. He has 5 o'clock shadow. He's burnt out by his job. He's balding. He's got a bit of a beer gut. He normally just wears tank top undershirts and some jeans. One day while taking a nap after work on his couch, the upstairs apartment had a saltwater fish aquarium that broke, and the saltwater dripped through the floor and onto him. And when he woke up, he had his mouth broken and dislodged on the toilet bowl in his apartment. And his roommates, Dale?
Or Daryl. Or Doyle.
Daryl explained to him that he turned into a massive shark person and started eating a bunch of stuff, including an entire chair that Daryl intended to charge Johnny for, and then got his mouth stuck on the toilet, started screaming out, and then turned back into Johnny. He turns into Ruck, the massive shark person, anytime he gets touched with salt water, and Ruck turns back anytime he gets scared.
So that's gonna be fun. We're wearing suits though, so that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna touch saltwater
Okay, but
unless
for Johnny, it's like going out in space. Yeah, you're wearing a suit, but like one minor thing
Grace.
goes wrong and you're no longer you.
Yeah.
And I'm Daryl. I'm like Johnny, except nothing interesting ever happens. I'm also his roommate, and I'm also very excited for this mission because, Jesus, I have nothing to do in my life.
So you're both in your apartment, and you hear the first little thunk of a tube message being delivered, and then a following thunk as the second one comes in on top of it, since there's one for each of you.
Johnny reads this and he's like, "Ah, man, no, not again. Okay, look, I can't do this. Damn it.
Maybe we'll die.
I don't think I can."
If it's a Hulk situation, probably not.
Fuck
you.
How elsewhere in the habitat, when he receives his missive, Racklin Smacklin, who is a 30-year-old lizard folk with mottled blue and purple scales, looks up to... Are there windows in this habitat place?
So in your personal homes, there are windows, but they're not designed so that you can see up to the top of the dome. However, the dome itself is completely clear.
Probably on the way to wherever they're going. He looks up at past the dome into the expanse of water, and just clutches his shield with his holy symbol, which is just this large, like jawbone of a shark or some sort of aquatic animal with too many teeth. And he says, "Oh, great one of the deep, my beloved many-tentacled one, please watch over me as I go through this trial."
I'm terrified for his response with the Ruck.
Yeah, so he just is staring off into the depths as he does when he's in prayer. He's gonna wander off to wherever he's going.
As you look up to the ceiling of the dome, you can see that it looks like it's a fairly clear day with the way that the water kind of filters the sunlight down to your level. A lot of the light that is supplied to the dome is magically manufactured, but it's manufactured that way using the sun's energy. But at the very least, it doesn't look stormy, so you have that on your side.
Yes.
Help. Yeah.
I will look forward to when the inevitable storm comes and wipes us all away.
Okay.
I can't handle this voice.
Okay. When you said we get up through these from the tubes, right? The messages.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the
Think Jetsons.
okay, yeah.
Or banks.
When the tube drops down, Captain Calamari runs over, very excited, like prancing over to the thing, and he opens it up. So Captain Calamari, he's a water genasi, and his face looks like a mind flare, but and he wears an eye patch and a fake
I love him.
and a fake pirate hat. And when he gets the letter, he opens it up, and then he flips his eye patch open and puts on his reading glasses and reads the letter.
You okay?
So what is his reaction to the letter?
It's like, oh boy, adventure! And
Voice is so aggressive.
and he goes over to his aquarium where he keeps his familiar takoyaki, which is an octopus, and is like, Takoyaki, we have an adventure awaits us! Huzzah!
All I can think about is Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob.
I don't really know what Xander would do. I think he gets the letter and just kind of looks at it and goes, "Fuck," and then just walks out of his room.
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be real good.
Okay, so you all get to your location at approximately the same time. And there is a series of suits waiting for you on the outside of the double doors. And each of your government-assigned wristbands corresponds with your proper suit so that you know which one is specifically designed for you and your stature and your biological needs. As you start pulling these suits off of the rack, you hear an automated voice say,
Welcome, and thank you for being part of the experimental adventure program. You have been randomly chosen to take part in this adventure. We do not know what will happen to you. Please put on your suits properly, making sure that nothing is loose, and good luck.
This sounds very reassuring.
Captain.
Yeah,
Need luck.
my
when I
family
chose
always
to do
gets
this.
chosen for this.
Does anybody know how to get into this thing? I don't know how to put the suit on.
Oh, Captain Calamari already has the suit on, and he just looks ready to go.
as you ponder how to put on the suit, I think you find inside of the helmet just falls out a instruction manual a la IKEA with all the pictures you need.
Is it in Swedish?
Fantasy.
No, it's in fantasy common language, but has lots of helpful pictures.
Okay. Dale puts his on and puts a trucker hat on top of the helmet.
Johnny's very careful and I thought you were about to say truck nuts on his fucking suit.
I may be gross, but I have taste.
Johnny makes.
I regret nothing, but this is gonna take longer than I thought it was going to.
Sorry.
Johnny
Yeah.
is very careful to make sure there's no holes in his suit.
Rackham put the suit
There are
on.
no holes. They are in perfect condition, so as long as you screw everything on there hard enough, you should be good to go.
That brings him no comfort.
Do you want to introduce yourselves to each other before you go through the first set of doors to let the chamber fill with water and then go through the second set of doors to the outside?
Hey,
Is it-
Xander.
Hey, Johnny. Maybe also Ruck if we're very unlucky.
Want to try not to die?
My name's Dale, or Daryl. Daryl, Dale, Doyle. You can call me D, Daryl, Doyle, or DD, or DDD, and never Triple D.
But you told me I could call you Triple D.
That was a secret.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm Racklin Smacklin. If you do feel like you will be died by the crushing depths, just give your faith to me, as I am a disciple of the Deep One.
Oh, you're a disciple of the Deep One too. So am I. And Captain holds out his hand, and before you have a chance to shake it, he's already shaking your hand very excitedly.
Oh, ouch. Okay, let's go.
And who would you be? Who are you?
I'm Captain Calamari. Adventurer.
Congratulations.
Our biometric systems indicate that you have all properly donned your suits. Please enter through the first set of doors and then press the button that says Aqua.
Captain Calamari pushes the button.
We go through the doors.
It's a weird song.
So you go through the doors and you press the aqua button. You hear the doors that you just came in lock behind you,
Oh,
and then a series of valves opens up to allow the seawater to pour in from above. It is actually quite loud on your helmets, but before long, the entryway between the dome and the ocean floor is completely filled up with water, which I, with no actual knowledge of scuba diving, is assuming equalizes your body pressure so you don't die or whatever. And then the second set of doors opens to allow you out to the outside ocean floor.
Johnny's very hesitant this entire time.
Captain Calamari summons forth the Find Familiar spell, and Takoyaki the octopus shows up. Like, adventure!
I can just see your cute little octopus just like swimming circles around you, so happy to be in the big pool.
And the specific type of octopus Takoyaki is a blue-ringed octopus,
ooh.
which
Lovely.
it's
Nice
it's just
little
a cute octopus, and that has nothing to do with its actual character sheet, other than in the
It's
real
cute.
world it's extremely poisonous, but that doesn't count towards D&D.
Oh no, not at all. Poison never comes up.
Yeah.
Anytime Captain Calamari talks, I just imagine his little tentacles just
Yeah.
puffing out.
Oh yeah, that's what it's like.
It's very Pirates of the Caribbean, Davy Jones.
Yeah.
All right, you have now been given access to the ocean floor, which is not often given to people. The sand is very soft and squishy beneath your footsteps. If you step too hard, it will kick up kind of clouds of ocean sand around you. There are some fish swimming by. Some of them swim rather fast away from you, others do not. One of the other schools is technically in charge of maintaining the outside appearance of the domes, so they're not wholly unused to humanoids walking around down here. To your northeast is the tube that you will follow to get to the sub-school, which is the orphanage for the entire school system.
Nice.
Dale loves children.
Excuse me?
In like
Daryl,
a
no.
nice, respectful way. God.
Racklin is gonna look off in the depths to make sure there's no huge creatures coming towards them as they proceed.
That's
You don't see any at the moment.
really useful, actually.
Dang.
John is currently trying his best to cover his face while also having one hand on Daryl's shoulder.
Captain is petting Takoyaki and not paying attention to what's around him.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Mine is 10.
Mine is 11, surprisingly.
How do you calculate that again?
Is
It's 10 plus your wisdom bonus.
Okay, yeah. Mine's 12.
Rathlin's is 13.
11.
Okay. Time to get out my dice bag that has a little dragon guarding all my dice.
I should
Nice.
probably get some dice for this.
Oh yeah,
shouldn't
yeah. I
I?
haven't.
Dice are good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's use my mini USA D6 to see who this happens to.
Oh,
Oh no.
lovely.
You might
All
actually
right.
get to meet Ruck really quickly.
And then immediately meet Johnny.
You're about halfway down the length of this tube, walking along the outside as you walk towards this sub-school, when normally you would be able to see straight through the tube, but because of this maintenance that's necessary, right now the glass is kind of cloudy, almost the color of the sand you're walking on. And a mer person darts out from behind the tube holding some kind of goo.
Yeah. Mermaid goo.
Mermaid goo, like you do.
Yeah.
And this mer person grabs hold of Johnny's suit right on the left shoulder. And they appear to be desperately trying to say something to you. Now, in the schools, it is highly discouraged that you communicate with the outer societies. So do with that what you will.
Johnny is freaking out. He swears up and down that this thing is going to pop his suit, so he's trying desperately to try to get away from it.
I think
Do you want to roll dexterity to try to squirm out of their grasp?
Oh god, Dex. Oh, he's alright, dexterity. Never mind, he has a 7.
Okay, well, I lost my d20 in the bag, so one moment, please. I do have my 2d12 in here that is absolutely useless because the inner d12 doesn't roll for anything, but I have it.
I was gonna say those are so cute, but I don't know if I want to buy one.
Like a d12 inside of another d12?
Yeah, they have dice.
Oh
tuck
yeah,
dice.
it's totally just a novelty thing.
That
I
is
got
dope
it when
as
I was
hell.
like just starting to play. Here it is. Not that you can see it because it's dark in here.
Actually, it works really well with the translucency.
That's
Perfect.
pretty dope.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool to have, but the inside one doesn't really roll that well. It doesn't have enough space.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the outer one was just a little bigger, this would be rad as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I have it. Anyway, Johnny, what did you say you rolled?
7.
I got a 6. So you just barely managed to squirm out of the grasp of this mer person. And you don't understand the words that they are trying to say to you.
Quick question. Was this audible for everyone to hear?
Yes,
noticeable?
you are all walking together in this group.
Okay, then
Because
we're
I'm a merfolk.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
So that
I missed that somehow. So, yes. Johnny initially is freaking out as this mer person is attached to his suit. And this mer person is saying, You need this Master Blossom. This Master Blossom is the king. And just as you squirm out of this mer person's grip, a trident zips through the water into the back of this person's chest and bursts out through the front. And they release the goo
Yikes.
into the ocean water, quickly dispersing.
Johnny is very quickly trying to get away from the trident.
Yeah, that trident is pretty thoroughly in someone's chest. It's not going anywhere.
He's not aware of that. He is gripping very tightly onto his grandfather's harpoon.
I thought you were gonna say on to his grandfather, and I was like, what is Dale Doyle, his grandfather now?
No, it's a son.
Ew.
Racklin Smacklin is going to kind of like try to. He wants to inspect the trident, but is kind of trying to keep the bulk of his body behind the now dead merfolk.
Mhm.
He's trying to see if he can recognize anything about the trident that would tell it where he came from. So
Can you roll investigation for me?
yes, that'll be a 14 plus. I think this is 14. Oh, investigation. Yep.
There's definitely some specific carvings on the trident, but I don't think they're really anything that you recognize. The post, I guess. I don't know why this hand movement means post, but here we are. Seems to be made of a dolphin's spine. But
Good.
probably more importantly to figuring out where this is coming from, you see in the distance, kind of the middle distance, the mer person who chucked it swimming away.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I say, that came out of nowhere.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Make sure you check out our Patreon on Sunday, August 1st, the day that this releases. I'm going to be putting up the GM notes for the Monster of the Week campaign that I did with Zoe. Later on in the month, I'll also release the DM notes for the Dungeons and Doggos campaign that I did with my wonderful, lovely husband-wife, Mads. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show and this quick ad break.
What does a barbarian war criminal, an undead cultist, a pyromaniac goblin, a Hot Topic reject, and a bard whose family is very, very cursed all have in common? Well, that's very simple. They're all our main cast. We are Goblets and Gays, a mostly Pathfinder 2e podcast set in a homebrew world. If Pathfinder isn't your thing, we have all sorts of other awesome games for you to enjoy. Join us every Wednesday for episodes of our main campaign, Blood of Kings, as these chaotic gays attempt to locate some missing royalty. Don't forget to follow us on all social media channels at Goblets and Gays to stay up to date with our amazing projects. And remember to eat your vegetables.
In a world headed for disaster, 5 strangers with mysterious pasts are thrown together by the winds of fate to try to stop the unseen forces that threaten to destroy their world. Join Craval, a dragonborn with no memory and no past, who is the first of the barbarians of the mountains to be seen in 1,000 years. Cotter, a penniless paladin, running from something or someone in his past. No one, the only tiefling monk the kingdom has ever seen, who has been expelled from his monastery for reasons he has not revealed. Adri, his monastic companion, who hides some deep dark secret she cannot reveal. And Arlen, once a simple farmer, until some mysterious event manifested sorceress powers in him. They must travel the length and breadth of the kingdom of Faroe, searching for the disparate clues that will help them unravel the mystery of the failing of their land, while trying to hold together the unraveling threads of society's weave, threatening to come apart at any moment. They will have to battle nature, plague, politics, and even the forces of the underworld as they attempt to discover and defeat whoever, or whatever, is attempting to poison their world and throw it into chaos. Relic of the Past is a novel-length story told via a clean, custom, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game. Find us on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever fine podcasts are found, and at poolmedia.podbean.com.
All right, I'm going to plop you right in. I am really proud of my editing on this one, so I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am enjoying creating it for you. Little reminder that today is my birthday, so if you want to give me a present, a subscribe, rate, and review is a wonderful thing to do for any podcast. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Daryl's never confronted death before.
Is everybody
scary.
alright other than that mer person who is very obviously not alright?
Johnny's panicking and he's like, No, did you see that?
I saw
I
everything.
was popping my suit.
Being that I am also a merfolk and I just watched one get impaled, I've been better.
I'm so sorry you have to see that. Where? Okay, so the thing that that mer person dropped, is it still floating around?
Oh yeah,
It technically is, but it's getting in smaller and smaller pieces as the ocean water kind of disperses it.
Can I tell Takoyaki to go grab some of it?
Sure.
Okay. I gesture to Takoyaki to go grab some of the goo and bring it back to me.
Takoyaki brings the goo back to you, has it kind of tightly wound up in one of those little tentacles. And when you inspect it more closely, you find that it is mashed sea anemone. Kind of mashed to the consistency that you would want a banana to be mashed to for banana bread.
Okay. Since he doesn't know what the mer person said, he's very confused why they were so desperate on handing over this mashed sea anemone. And he guessed
I should probably tell them what the mermaid said.
that might help them, yeah, maybe.
Okay, so I try to get them all together, because Johnny's, I'm assuming, is freaking out, and
Oh yeah, he's holding very tightly onto Daryl.
Racklin is racklining. I don't really know
Staring
what he's doing.
at the dolphin bone.
and
And then, okay, so I get them around, and I say, it sounded bad, it sounded horrible, but it's okay. She just said that the spectral blossom is the key, that we need it, we need to find it. Is what's going to be important. So probably try not to get impaled. Maybe.
so is this I'm looking at this goo that they were holding, and it's
Yes, mermaid goo.
mashed anemone. Is this just mean anything to you? They seemed pretty desperate about handing it over before they got impaled.
Any and or all of you can roll a nature check, but our resident merfolk can get advantage on it.
Oh, good. Hold on, let me go back to my notes.
I got that 20.
Ooh, dang, okay.
I got a 9.
-1.
Yeah, I got a-
19.
I got a 14.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay. So with our natural 20, if it was in its intact form, a 14 would have done it, but seeing as it's been mashed almost beyond recognition, I had stuck it at a 16. But for our natural 20, that is mashed specter blossom, which is a sea anemone that is native to the area around your school system. However, due to the amount of development and cleaning of the domes, they are not as easy to find as they used to be.
Hello. Daryl here. There's a murderer that just kinda got away.
Yes,
Do we do something?
a merfolk murderer.
Oh,
I'm kind of candid for heading back.
No.
It's dangerous. Okay.
No!
I'm all up for adventure and all, but I'm not so keen on chasing after a murderer before reporting it, because that seems like something you should do if you're not the correct authority to chase after a murderer. So is there like a police or something that we should go contact about this murder we just saw?
Absolutely
probably
not,
do it.
ACAB.
We should do that after we look at the truck. Or where the trucks were supposed to go.
There's an old Doyle family saying, YOLO. Let's go.
Okay, so from your conversation, we're looking at 3 different options. One is chase after the mer person who just murdered another mer person in front of you. The other is going back home to report on the mer person who just murdered another mer person in front of you. And the third is to continue on with your assignment and finish going back to the sub-school that you were assigned to look at. 2 out of those 3 options allow you to follow the tube to get to your destination. The following the murderer one will lead you away from the tube system, which might end up in you getting lost on the expanse of the seafloor.
Yeah, no,
Adventure.
This might just be me, but I don't feel like going after the murderer.
the murderer.
Yes, the murderer.
I can't catch up with them. I don't swim that fast.
Joni is not like super big on like getting pigs involved, so let's just keep heading out. Not into the vastness of the sea, but like let's just get this done so I can go home and take a nap. His voice has migrated from New Yorker to Texas very quickly.
None of those were New Yorker. I love you, but no. Okay,
Our-
yeah, let's
I
all
was
go.
our-
practicing earlier. It was New Yorker.
Yeah, so we all agree to continue the mission and then report later about this murder, correct? Is that what I'm getting from all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
On the way, let's see if there are any more of that plant or whatever.
It's Spectral Blossom.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. And if any of y'all are paying close attention to Captain,
We're not.
okay, he's very obviously shaken. He was excited for doing this out in the ocean thing because it's not very common that we get to do that. But in all actuality, he likes adventures, but he's a big scaredy cat. And he's not having it right now.
Cute.
Racklin would like to use nature on the way to the rest of the way into the sub school to look for any of the plant. Possible.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
Okay. That'll be. Why does my dice keep disappearing? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Okay, so even if it was there, you wouldn't see it. Maybe possibly because you're looking for a flower. Spectre Blossom is a bit of a misnomer, as it is a sea anemone, which is actually a sort of creature.
Okay. I think it's extinct.
I don't know about that, Captain Smacklin, but good for you. Keep a lookout for it.
Yes. I will keep a lookout into the depths.
Okay. And while we're going for this to the next tube or whatever, Captain Calamari is in the front because he wants to get this so-called, to him, adventure over with already.
Okay, so you get to the sub-school, which has the same kind of door system that your main school had. The door recognizes your wristbands and opens the outer door to you. Once you are inside that little waiting area, I suppose, the outer door closes behind you, locks with a click, and then the ocean water starts draining out of those kinds of valves that you saw in the first place. Once, again, Ryan is assuming, because I don't scuba dive, your body pressure is properly regularized, the inner doors open, allowing you access to the grounds of the sub-school.
Johnny immediately starts looking for a towel. He wants to pat himself dry before he takes his suit off.
Okay.
Whenever the water drains out, Takoyaki disappears because he cannot breathe air. He's an octopus.
He is an octopus.
That's fair.
Although octopuses, this is a debate we will never solve. They can survive on land for a while, so if you want them to hang around.
Yeah. No.
Also, doesn't he fly?
No. That's back to the chain feature that comes later.
Okay, so you all head in. They're beautiful ground. Johnny, if you want to tally, you're going to have to actually go into the building that's inside the dome. Whereas I already forgot the name of the place that I named.
Tritalor?
Yes.
I wrote it down.
Thank you. Whereas Tritalor, it has a bit more of a quasi-modern aesthetic. The orphanage building looks very Victorian, so it's clearly built by a different architect. But the garden is beautiful, and there stands this Victorian orphanage.
What was our specific mission given to us? To just investigate?
Yes.
Yes, to investigate why the supply shipments, why those vehicles had not returned.
Okay.
Racklin is going to use guidance on, I guess, can you use guidance on yourself?
I don't see why not.
Cool.
Yep.
He's going to use guidance on himself and then roll, if he can, like, just try to see what he perceives, roll perception on the area.
What does guidance do again?
It adds a d4 to an ability check that you do.
Perfect.
Within, yeah. I had to touch my own scales, but yeah. So that, okay, that is 19 plus 2 plus, yeah, that's a 26.
Oh,
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Okay, with a 26, there are some trees that are kind of on the other side, sort of this building. The entryway that you came in through is really just more for personnel, but the supply vehicles come in through a much larger opening, and that's why it's on the other side of this dome. You can see from between the foliage, at least one of the vehicle's doors has been partially torn off of its hinges. As you peer closer, maybe you even take a step forward or two, you can see blood on all of the vehicles.
Death hangs heavy around the remnants of the vehicles. Let us proceed to our inevitable end.
Johnny
don't-
is
What does that give me?
Johnny has sprinted into the building and he's like, "Hey, do any of you guys have do you have any towels?"
So Johnny sprints into the building, starts asking about towels before he realizes that there are 3 dead bodies on the ground.
No.
No one ever said Johnny was perceptive.
He specifically isn't.
In fact, I think the way that he finds out because he was in a hurry is that he trips on one of them.
Oh no.
are they
Do I
dry
have to-
bodies?
Yeah, are they dry?
They are dry.
Johnny very carefully is like, I'm so sorry, and just starts wiping his arms on the bodies and just like kind of rubs his shoulder on them. He's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
God.
His least favorite part is when he has to wipe his face on them.
Okay, so you're currently rubbing yourself all up on this dead body.
Yes. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
Because that's totally a normal thing to do. So what's your passive perception again, seeing as you're very focused on rubbing your face in the torso of this dead child?
Oh,
Child!
It's an orphanage!
Fair.
You weren't
I
being
assumed it was, like,
perceptive about it,
staff.
so.
11?
11. Okay. Let's see here. So you're rubbing your face in this child.
I don't like your
When-
emotions. It implies that I picked up this child and started using them like a rag.
Captain Calamari is looking in horror.
Oh, same. Dale.
How many people actually followed Johnny to the inside of this place?
Since I am Johnny's keeper, I suppose I did.
Racklin is inside,
Already?
looking at the. I don't know. I guess he followed y'all to look at the trucks.
Johnny's very
The
terrified of
trucks are
turning.
outside, and Johnny is currently
Oh.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inside the orphanage. Johnny's very terrified of turning into Ruck, because every time he does, he ends up getting hurt or almost dead. One time he woke up falling off of a building and broke his arm.
It's the only thing you broke?
It wasn't a very tall building.
Okay. But
And
yes,
Rukruk
he
had
was
fallen
with
most of the way.
Johnny,
I am
and
with
he was
Johnny.
investigating the trucks.
Rockland's outside with the truck.
I am watching my roommate rub himself with
I-
dead children.
Just have horrible luck rolling. Yeah, I got 12.
I think
Alright.
Captain's with Racklin Smacklin.
Oh, Racklin.
Okay, let's deal with the dead body scene first, because the reactions might change who's actually out with the truck, and we'll go from there. So, Johnny, you are trying to dry yourself off on these dead bodies. It's actually 2 children and 1 full-grown man. There's a rattling sound, but before you can really comprehend what it is, this entryway closet finally gives from the efforts of whatever being is behind it. And lurching forward towards you is some strange human shark hybrid zombie child that has a shark head sprouting out from the left shoulder. The human jaw is only partially attached. Other places where the human flesh has sloughed off has been replaced with shark scales, and this bites into your shoulder. Add +2 to your armor class for the suit that you're wearing, but what's your current armor class?
After the +2, 13.
Ooh, I just beat that. Okay. So this shark mouth bites deep into this suit. And I need to find my shark zombie 1 head notes.
Johnny pats the kid on the back and he says, "It's okay, kid. I've been there too."
No.
Okay. So
Quick clarification thing. Do we have the weapons that like we designed for our characters, or
yes, you do.
Okay.
So Johnny takes 7 damage.
Oh!
And then
Oof.
everyone who is in the orphanage, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
So just me and Daryl.
I got an 11.
All right.
I got a 10.
S zombie got a 9. Johnny, did you like yell or anything when these chompers bit deep down into your shoulder and pierced your suit?
I mean, yeah. Would you not?
Okay. So for everyone who's at the truck, would you go to investigate the yelling, or would you kind of just assume that this is who Johnny is at this point?
By the sound of his scream, yeah, I'd go and see what the hell's going on, and probably fear for my life too.
Okay. So if you're gonna go investigate what's going on, I would like you to also roll initiative, but in order to make it make sense, you're going to go the round after everyone else goes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. Rackling got a 14 on initiative on that other round.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Give me a second. I'm not saying out there by myself. I had a 16.
+4.
20.
20.
Why do I have 4?
You got plus
I'm
for the
so
dice.
sorry. Remind me of your beautiful merperson's name again.
Xander. Like Alexander without the Allah.
And Captain got an 8.
Right now.
Yes.
All right. So, that leaves us starting the pecking order for this first round with Daryl. So, Daryl, you have a two-headed, one human head, one zombie head, one human head, one shark head, zombie child chomping into your roommate's shoulder.
For a split second, I think about joining the religion that Brackman's been yelling about. But
It's inevitable.
instead, I go for my normal religion, which is violence, and I take my weapon, which is just a really strong broom. And I'm gonna smack this shark on the nose because that's what Animal Planet has told me to do.
Fair enough.
D20, please. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Cool. Daryl strikes down with furious power and hits the child on the face.
The shark face.
The shark face, specifically. Doing 8 damage.
Okay, not bad.
Thank you. I got a 6 out of 6.
Okay, I think with the amount of force you hit the shark head with, that does let go of Johnny's shoulder. There's a nice set of, 3 rows of bite marks in there. And that means, Johnny, it is your turn.
Sorry, I had to adjust some information because I realized I forgot to give him a weapon other than his harpoon. All right. Oh, where's the... Okay. So it's let go. Is it still on top of me?
So it was only really attached to you by powerful sharky jaws. And now that we have gotten the jaws to release, there's not any part of this zombie child on you, but right up in your grill.
I guess he's going to take up his grandfather's harpoon and shoot the child.
Okay, roll it.
All right. I assume it's a dex mod. Let's see, where is it? I feel like it should say.
It should say. If it doesn't say, let's just assume.
Yeah, I'm going to assume dex. All right, let's see. You got 13.
13 just barely hits. What's your damage?
Let's see. D8. 4 plus dex. 5 damage. And they also have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, let's see here. Whew, that's probably not going to do it, but let's check the bonus. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure a 6 isn't going to do jack.
Nope. I mean, the DC's kind of low, but no, it does not make it. The harpoon is lodged inside the zombie child.
Okay. So in the same instant that Daryl smashes the shark face over the nose and the shark face lets go, you wing around your harpoon gun and shoot it through this child's chest, and it is now lodged there. The prongs on the outer side of the harpoon sticking into the child's back as the child tries to twist and turn and pull it out of the chest.
Daryl is deeply considering moving.
Me?
No, wait, I'm Johnny.
I am too, yes.
John, he's deeply considering moving.
All right, so that does bring us to the shark child's turn. So that shark child definitely got more hurt by the harpoon than the swat on the nose.
Ow.
So, let's see. Johnny, does 15 break your armor class?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So this child charges towards you again. And because of the harpoon shaft protruding from the child's chest, that goes directly into your gut and doesn't pierce through, but definitely knocks the wind out of you and knocks you prone. And that's another 6 damage.
All right, well, I'll see you guys in the interview.
Are you dead or are you just...
No, but I'm pretty damn close.
Okay, that brings us to the top of the order, and the first round is over. So Xander, you're up.
Okay, cool. I am going to, I guess, attack the zombie thing.
Seems
with
like a good plan.
Yeah, you know, with the sickle that I have. So give me a second. Let me roll. So I got a 14.
14 hits.
Okay. And where's my d4? So I got a 4.
For damage?
Yes.
Okay. You have successfully bloodied the zombie child. So you slash your sickle across the shark's face. A spurt of discolored blood comes forth, and the child head makes a horrific shrieking sound, which brings us to Recklin's turn.
Racklin Smacklin is going to see the abhorrent creature and just run up and smack it in the head with its hammer.
Let's roll it.
It's a warhammer.
Which head?
The shark head.
Okay.
And that'll be a 18 plus...
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, okay. That hits. And then the damage is... 3 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
How does it look?
Well, it's already been bloodied. We're getting there.
Okay. Yes?
Daryl, it's your turn.
Well, if I can, as a bonus action.
Oh, yes, please do.
No problem.
Please obliterate the zombie child I have laid before you.
Racklin is gonna unhinge his jaw so he has extra breath, and then just clamp down on the shark face.
Oh my god.
So that'll be a... Oh, that doesn't hit. Or it doesn't break through at least. Because that is like a 8 plus... That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay, 10 does not hit.
Yeah,
In fact, I think the way that you try to clamp on, you accidentally catch some of those teeth in your lip. So one of those teeth definitely pierces through your lower lip. This is great audio. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to demonstrate the teeth through the lip and the tearing sound that happens. As that happens, the shark head pulls back, and so instead of just having 2 little shark teeth piercings there, the tears completely through your lip.
Wow. Bad taste, bad. Not worth it.
Johnny. No, I'm so sorry. Daryl, you're up.
Daryl. With his trusty broom, he's gonna smack it again and just yell, "Get!"
Okay, go ahead and roll, and then go ahead and give yourself a +1 on that roll because get made me giggle.
Thank you. That's a 14.
14 will do it. What's your damage?
What was it? A +2. 4.
All right. 4 damage. It is now Johnny's turn. Johnny, this thing has fucked you up.
Johnny's gotta do a saving throw.
Oh yeah, I can't heal.
1 success. I mean, there is a way you could heal.
Oh, will salt water heal you?
I mean, it won't heal Johnny necessarily, but...
Rockroot will be doing fine.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. You have 1 successful save. Great. Captain Calamari, my friend, it is your turn.
Okay, so Captain Calamari comes through into the orphanage and says, "By golly, what is that?" And does what any typical a warlock does and casts. He points his finger and he casts Eldritch Blast at the zombie shark thing.
Great. Remind me, do you have to roll to attack on that one, or do you just
Yeah,
do it?
it's a magical attack, so I have to roll my d20 to see if it hits. And that is an 18 plus 5, which I assume.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, and let me remind myself what damage die I use for Eldritch Blast. Okay, a d10.
Oh, I was close. I was thinking D8.
That's a lot, D.
It does 8 damage.
Okay, I accidentally skipped the zombie's turn, but that's fine. Zombie is disoriented and slow. It's fine. So congratulations, you have killed a shark-headed zombie child, and it falls to the ground, slightly twitching before the movements cease.
I'm gonna feel real bad if the child was the parasite and the shark was the kid. We just kind of assumed.
Oh yeah. If we're out of initiative, Racklin is gonna lean next to Johnny and just whisper, "Get up." And it's gonna healing word. So you gain what? I think it's a D4 plus my wisdom.
I mean, that sounds right, but I don't have my...
That was D8.
That was
I don't
Cure
think it's a
Wounds.
D8. I have a spell book on my phone.
Healing.
I believe
Healing word.
rolled-
I believe it is a d4.
Yeah. So-
D4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be 6 in total is what you gain.
Am I thinking of healing touch?
Probably.
Also, are dick jokes allowed? Because my gut reaction when Josh asked, "Dear God, what is that?" was to say rigor mortis.
That's not, buddy. That's not. has
No,
nothing
wait.
to do with
What is that
penises.
called?
Rigor mortis is when you die and get
Yeah,
sick.
you get stiff.
Yeah, I don't quite know.
Is that a dick
I
joke?
mean, there is.
We don't need to discuss it right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. Go on.
Although the answer to your question is yes, of course, always.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Captain Calamari gets closer, and you're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And
Dead.
And then he sees the other dead bodies and the obscenity that is now Johnny. And I was like, "Oh God, this isn't the adventure I signed up for."
You didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, you get drafted.
Daryl's gonna lean over. Am I dry?
I mean, you didn't dry yourself off, and that was a pretty quick fight, so your suit's probably a little damp still.
I just want to do this for fun. Daryl leans over Johnny to check on him, and if you want to roll, you probably could to see if my suit drips on you.
I guess I could make what is that? Dexterity?
I mean, you're currently trying not to die, so I don't know that you would roll dexterity, but how about this? I'm gonna make
I
a
have
roll.
most of my health back.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. Take it back. Yeah, roll dexterity. And then I'm just gonna roll Fate's dexterity, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I got a 9.
Ooh.
Fate says 16. Fate says you a shark boy.
Oh no.
Okay, so Daryl leans over, and one drop from his helmet, because Johnny never took off his suit, but he does have a bunch of holes in his shoulder now, and one drop from Daryl's helmet drips into one of Johnny's
The puncture
shoulder
wounds.
and immediately you see this big 7'4" shark person just form out of the suit, ripping it, and then like you hear it go, and like his face gets stuck in the helmet, and then he starts freaking out, and he's like, and then changes back real quick, and Johnny's like, oh god, oh.
Gets in tight.
And like his entire suit and the clothes he was wearing before are completely ripped, and then he
It's
looks.
the very tasteful Hulk transformation where you
Yes.
still have little shorts.
Yes,
Yeah.
his pants have been stretched and torn, but he can still wear them. And he's like, damn it!
What
What happened? Why did I change back?
what in tarnation did I just see?
The shark zombie was contagious. We must now invite him to his early grave.
No. I've been doing this. This is just a thing. I
It's
don't
his
know
little
what it
quirk.
is.
Speaking of the shark zombie being contagious, though, Racklin, why don't you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no. Okay, that is d20 plus. Okay, that is. Oh, 19.
Okay, you are good for right now, but the turning sensation in your gut and the sudden lightheadedness you just had tells you that it's going to take a little bit of time to work whatever the hell that was through your system. That's DM's code for I'm going to make you roll 2 other times at my discretion.
Excellent. Oh, I can feel the inevitable death is coming for me.
Oh.
Why did we invite a missionary?
How does Racklin feel about seeing a giant, shark person just appear and disappear?
Well, his hammer's still poised above his head. He was going to hit you because he thought you were turning into a zombie. But you said it happened a lot, so he's just like, I'll just hold it up here just in case.
I asked because he worships a giant shark person.
Well, he thinks you're a sacrilege on the great deep one who will all kill us one day in the great storm. So,
Johnny turns towards everyone. He's like, "Hey, so we found out what happened. We're good to go back. One of you water breathers, can I borrow your suit, please?"
Yeah, I can give you mine.
Did we find out what happened?
We didn't.
All we found out was there's dead children and there's this one zombie shark thing child that attacked us.
That's the answer. We killed it. Let's go back.
It's probably just a zombie. It's dead. For now.
I mean, that works for me. That was truly terrifying.
It's possible that whatever bad feeling I have could be abated by whatever that see an enemy thing is. But we can just not. I don't want to eat poison, so I don't know. Maybe not.
As you are discussing this, the smell of fresh blood has caused a disturbance in this house. And you hear the shuffling, the sloughing, the chittering, the moving of many zombie children approaching the stairwell in front of you. Some of them do have zombie shark features, like the child you just got smashed all over the floor. Some of them have orca features. Some of them have electric eels sprouting out from their shoulders, a twisting, swirling mass of many. What do?
There's this disturbance in this house. Disturbance in this house.
Daryl here.
Captain
Run.
is already
Yeah.
running.
That's what I'm thinking.
As soon as he
Johnny
saw them,
is-
he's off to the what's it called?
Exit.
Exit. Yeah.
Johnny
This
is.
enough.
Go ahead.
This is enough solving for today.
Johnny is quickly trying to pull his legs through the pant legs of Xander's suit while trying to run toward the exit.
All right. I'm gonna say you all have a decently large head start towards the exit, seeing as you were already on the ground floor and these zombies have to get down the stairs. However, when you get to the exit, you hear,
Greetings, test subjects of the Adventurers program. Apologies, but your exit door is currently malfunctioning. Thank you for your patience. Goodbye.
Daryl, we need to talk about our living situation once we get back. If we get back.
Daryl's pretty confident we're not going to get back.
Oh,
Uh,
golly! Looks like we're gonna have to either die or find another way out.
Let's break up. Is there a glass we can break open? I'm
There's-
blind.
There's a lot of glass we could pick up.
There, I keep calling my character Daryl now. Johnny is like, all right, it's okay. I have a plan, and he very much like the fucking Bruce Banner in the first Avengers movie, if Bruce Banner started stripping in front of everyone, takes off his borrowed water suit and takes out a water flask, and he's like taking off the lid, and he says, everyone, meet Ruck, and he pours the water skin on his head and turns into a giant, let's see, specifically 7'3" shark person with gray skin, very like buff, and you just hear him go, and he immediately turns to the closest thing that he can get in his mouth and starts chewing on it.
Okay, see, my favorite part of this is that I'm 7'4".
Wait, you're
Yes.
Johnny's 5'11", and he just put on this suit that belongs to a 7'4".
It's really
And then
cute,
took it back off.
like a toddler.
It's literally right there.
Oh my god!
I'm 7'4".
You honestly could have just kept it on then.
Oh, that's so good. So Ruck, you start chewing on one of the hinges to this inner door, which doesn't really do much to help you with the essentially wave of children coming out of the front doors of the orphanage. They're crawling over each other trying to get to you.
I feel like he's closest just because Johnny was slowed down by trying to put on the suit and then taking it back off. What?
Daryl
Giant fucking
here. Daryl's gonna look at the service tunnel that we didn't take to get here. That's covered in had a sandy color filled into it. Is that of access to us?
So that's not a service tunnel. That would be the normal tunnel that you would use. It's currently shut off for maintenance right now. However, you don't have to go through that double door system to equalize the pressure of your bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get there before these children get to you, that might be an option.
Daryl here. Daryl's gonna point at the tunnel and run.
Ruck recognizes his voice and stops pulling out his javelin and then turns towards him and he's like,
yeah, when Daryl points and screams, Captain understands and starts running towards that.
Yes,
I feel like
will
the pretty
also
universal
join the-
language.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
The running and screaming.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you all go running and screaming towards this tunnel. The orphan zombie children are not far behind you when you suddenly hear the screeching of machinery that's not quite willing to work but has to. As far as you can tell in this very fast-paced moment, a non-infected child about the age of 9 years old drives one of these vehicles directly towards you in order to drive over several of these zombie children.
Okay.
Once she screeches to a stop, she throws open the door that's closest to you. Thankfully, she grabbed one of the ones that did not have the doors torn off. And says, "You made them mad! Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in!"
Woo! Okay. And he climbs in.
is this something that Xander and or Ruck could fit in?
I mean, it's gonna be a tight fit, but I think you can do it.
You can do that.
Yeah, Daryl.
Ruck takes the
Rock
middle
and
seat.
jumps.
A trashy fan of monster truck. This is very exciting.
So you all managed to squeeze into the cab of this vehicle that is really only designed for 2 people, but one of them is currently 9 years old, so I think it's fine. And she peels out, and instead of going through that tube you were heading to, she crashes through the delivery doors. You hear an emergency siren go off, and then the tunnel starts filling with water, but those secondary doors don't open.
What are the doors made of metal? I mean, yeah.
The doors, you're not entirely sure what they're made out of. There's some kind of glass metal composite, which would work against most things. But a 9-year-old behind the wheel of a delivery truck, essentially, is not one of those things it's going to work against. The water continues to pour in. It's not able to fill up because she crashed through those first doors. And you all have a brief moment of opportunity to do something before this girl makes her next rash decision, or you could let her just continue on her merry way. It's up to you.
Ruck.
Do her thing.
What?
I'm cool with just letting her do her thing.
Ruck chokes on the helmet of whoever's closest.
No.
I think that's Daryl's.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Oh, I have an idea. Racklin wants to. I don't know if it'll work this way, but does thaumaturgy allow like a sensory effect? Like, can I see back through the dome, like kind of toward the direction of the children? Can I see like the water behind them, like behind the dome?
So when you put your head out of one of these windows in this vehicle, you can see these children crawling over each other, screeching, trying to get to you. And past them, you can see the water through the dome. Despite the horrific scene in front of you, the sky still appears to be clear.
What I would like to do with thaumaturgy is, like, as a sign of the great god of the deep, Racklin wants to make like a blossom of, like, make it seem like a blossom of blood has appeared in the water, kind of like around the shark children to try to distract them. I don't know if that'll work that way. If it won't work that way, he'll just make a noise of thunderclap around them to confuse them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it would work that way, but I will allow the thunderclap. And then as far as whether or not it confuses them, why don't you pick high or low for me?
Low.
Well done, I rolled a 2.
Nice.
So that thunderclap sound happens, and this roiling wave of bodies just kind of stops mid-motion. And you see all of these faces, some large, some small, looking around. And that gives this 9-year-old just enough time to start rolling up the windows of this vehicle, reverse the vehicle, and slam it through that secondary barrier.
Nice.
The pressure of the water is not getting to you just yet, but you are aware that you are only separated from the water by this vehicle as she rides behind you.
You can hear a muffled yeehaw from the outside.
Wait, out of Rucka and not Daryl's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Ruck is chewing on Daryl's helmet.
Captain is struck with fear, so his eyes look very wide, and he may or may not have pissed himself.
Ruck turns to whoever other than Daryl is closest to him. He looks at Xander and then points at Daryl and says,
Thank you.
and then he points at himself and he says, Racklin. And he shakes his head very aggressively and points at himself faster and says,
Where are we going?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Anyway, child. Hello.
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Go towards more glass.
I think she just pulls the vehicle to a stop, and now that you can get a better look at her, she is a halfling child currently sat upon a rather tall stack of pillows, and she has basically fastened planks of wood from whatever it got torn off of in the orphanage to her feet so that she can use the pedals. But she's just kind of sitting there in this stocked vehicle, white knuckling it on the wheel.
Can I roll sleight of hand to see if Ruck can steal one of the pillows?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He got a 19 plus
Oh,
1. He got a natural 20.
She lets out a scream as her stack of pillows just kind of loses its integrity and she goes onto the seat. And then, as you do have the pillow in your hand, she goes, "Don't do that!" and gives you a real hard smack on the nose.
Or as he slowly stuffs the pillow in his mouth and starts chewing on it.
What? What's happening right now? What did I do? What?
You brought them out of the orphanage, so they were gonna find me, because I can't hide in the truck if they're outside of the orphanage. And now I don't know what to do.
Let's just go back to where we came from. Or should we drive to this one? You can't read at the wheel anymore, maybe, so should one of us switch with you?
Okay. And she first unties these planks of wood from her feet. And I think she just kind of gently tugs the pillow back out of Ruck's mouth and replaces it with one of these planks.
He seems aggressively hesitant at first, but when he sees that she's offering these wood planks, he very quickly grabs them and starts just eating them.
That's more substance for you, fiber, or whatever. And she just kind of crawls over people's laps to get out of the driver's seat.
Who wants to drive? I think Captain is up for it if nobody else is.
Yeah, he looks like a captain, like captain things.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
put a hand on.
To make it clear, he is not a captain. His first name is literally Captain. So.
I'll pat Captain's shoulder.
Named Captain.
I'll pat Captain's shoulder and say, "May the wisdom of the great ever-living Dark One guide you." And I'm gonna use guidance on him to help you drive.
Thank you. And he gets into the driver's seat and starts driving, I guess, to the what's the name of the place that we go back to?
Tritalore.
Yeah, Tritalore.
Alright. So you drive back to Tritalore, and you hear a all too familiar voice at this point go,
Welcome back, adventurer test subjects. Thank you for returning the vehicle. We will open the service doors now.
and those outer service doors open for you to drive the vehicle into.
Yeah, hesitantly, but I do it anyways, drive into, but I don't like this voice.
So you drive into the repressurizing tube, which is now what I'm calling it, so I stopped tripping over my words. Those doors close behind you, you hear that locking sound, and then you're all kind of overcome with a sense of foreboding. As you look behind you and see, not in this repressurization tube, not even in the dome, but filling the oceans that you left behind, many, many zombie creature children filling the waters.
Ruck waves at them and says,
Oh my god.
I feel like this is partially our fault, but I'd rather not be zombie children creature food. Sure, should we go? Yeah, we should definitely go warn people about this. This seems pretty serious.
Captain,
On that thought, Racklin, please roll another
Oh, no.
Constitution saving throw for me.
No.
Okay. That'll be a... 18.
18 is good. So you currently have the plan to go tell someone
Yes.
And we will end our tale here. Alrighty, that's the end of our show. Didn't quite end up being a one-shot, but I think we have a good starting point for the next time that Magic Dagger is back on the podcast. As always, we would like to thank Zoe Hovland for writing our theme music. We would also like to thank the YouTube Audio Library and Epidemic Sound for our sound effects, as well as Tabletop Audio for our ambiance sounds and other music backings. Again, today is my birthday, so if you'd like to give me a present, subscribe, rate, review. It super, super helps, and we'll get ourselves out there. Thanks, everybody. Bye!
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.